Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Machakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. Peace and blessings to all four elect, or whatever be a part of the number. I'm the brother Kudar from the Genius Ben Chicago. Come back with another video. This video is going to be entitled Devise iniquity, work evil upon their beds. All right, basically going into Esau Edom, man, how he's devising iniquity against our people, the children of Israel, or the Israelites, okay, the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, to further oppress and to keep us down and away from our heritage, okay? So, I want to grab this Michael 2:1. 1 second. It's Michael 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Let me turn this brightness up. It says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Let's read it in AMP, the Amplified version. It says, woe, judgment is come to those who devise wickedness and plot evil on their beds. When morning comes, they practice evil. Okay, it says, they practice evil because it is in the power of their hands. Okay, and that's what Esau Edom does. Okay, I forgot the movie, man. It was a bunch of Edomites sitting for dinner, you know, and they had a Jake and what was it? They had a Jake and it was like a house Negro or something, a house nigga, man. You know, and they basically said keep the educated, quote unquote, black men, you know, raise him around the suburbs so he wouldn't grow up to be a leader, you know, among his people, you know. And that's what Esau does, man. You know, Esau wants to further separate us from the Most High. All right, that's why the scripture says in Revelation 2:10, you know, the scripture calls him the accuser of our brethren. You know, you read Judah, the 5th chapter, these heathens, they actually understand, all right, that if we're going off, you know, then they can conquer us. But if we're serving the Lord correctly, then they fighting against the Lord. These heathens understand that. All right. And that's why Esau Edom has beaten this. You seen that movie, Roots? You know, beat the guy and told him, you know, your name is Toby now. You know, you go back generations and generations later. All right, these guys, because the slaves knew that they were Israelites, man. You know, where do you think that whole swing low, sweet chariot came from? All right, but what you do, you beat the parents, you separate the families. All right, give them Edomite names and teach them and make them worship a white, you know, your JC. All right, your blue eyes, blonde haired devil. All right, he grew up to completely. He's not even aware of what he is, man. He thinks he's a so-called black man, a Negro, all right, African American, or Afro American. You know, he doesn't know he's Yasharala. Okay, he doesn't know he Prince of Power, and that's a part of devising iniquity. Okay, because if we go into that word for devise, let's grab it real quick. There we go. All right, goes to the Hebrew word chashab. It says to think, plan, esteem, calculate, invent, make a judgment, imagine, count. It says to think, account, to plan, devise. All right, so Esau has planned this all out. All right, he's further pushed the LGBTQ. He's further pushed the folly that these people got going on today. All right, every time this devil is being exposed, all right, he has to put a Israelite face up and make them the face of evil, man. You know, oh, look at you know, that guy Diddy. You know, of course, the Lord ain't dealing with him. You know, he's sold out. You know, but he's just a pawn, man. What about the Epstein list? All right, what about these missing children going missing every year? All right, what about these government officials with offshore accounts being linked with trafficking. Okay? That's what this devil, he's a devil for a reason, man. All right, so let's read this word one more time. It says to think, plan, esteem, calculate, invent, make a judgment, imagine, count, to plan, devise, mean. Let's see what the Google definition of devise says. Let's see. It says plan or invent. Okay. Now let's grab the Psalms 83 because that's the whole point of the lesson. All right, the Psalms 83:1. It says, keep not thou. It says, keep not thou silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O Yahweh. All right. And the Lord is not keeping his silence through his prophets. All right. We are his mouthpieces. All right. He's speaking through us. Okay. That's how the Lord is not keeping his silence, man. Verse 2, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult. All right. And they that hate thee have lift up the head. Okay. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones, man. That crafty counsel. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. All right, now our people calling themselves Mexican, Dominicans, Haitians, Jamaicans, all right, black, Brazilians, Colombians, Argentinians, all right, Cubans, you know. Instead of their biblical name, our people have lost their identity. All right, the scripture says in Jeremiah 17:4, all right, this is all prophecy. Yeah, we will, I'm going to just grab Jeremiah 17:4, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage. All right, that lets you know that we are the people because we discontinue from our heritage, man. There will be a time where we will forget who we are as a nation, and that proves who we are, you know? And that's why there's a, that's why there's such a uprising going on right now. These people, like, how do they think they're the chosen people all of a sudden, man? All right, it's prophesied that we'll wake up in the last days, man. Okay? It's prophesied that we will come back to our heritage. All right, it says, and thou even thyself, all right, so the Lord was speaking to Jeremiah, proving their reincarnation. But that's another lesson for another day. It says, and thou even thyself, I actually just made a lesson on that, actually, Salakia, going into hell, because the video that Apostle Har made. All right, it says, verse 4, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. All right, it says, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in a land which thou knowest not. And that's what we're doing right now. All right, subject to payments, as it says in Baruch 4. All right. Baruch 3. It says, I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever. All right, and Esau has beaten the nationality out of us, man. Our true nationality. He's beaten our heritage from us, man. Now he's claiming to be the chosen people. He's claiming to be the Most High's chosen people, man. All right, give me 1 second. 1 second. It's all good. Let me go back to the Psalms 83. It says, verse 5, Salaki. I was at verse 4, but I finished that. Verse 5, it says, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. These nations are on one accord. Hey, what Jake don't realize, these heathens hate you, man. All right, see, that's our problem today. Jake don't realize that they are the chosen people. All right, and we have enemies. We've always had enemies. All right, we've always had enemies, man. Our people can't wrap their heads around that because they drinking that JC juice, that love everybody spirit. Hey, the Lord ain't with loving everybody, man. All right. Hey, the Lord promotes segregation. We ain't supposed to be joined hand in hand with these niggas. Jake, hey man, I'll keep reading. It says, for they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, all right, so-called white men. It says, and the Ishmaelites, all right, these days, as Murph always say, the sand monkeys, the Arabs, all right, which Arab means mixture. Okay, so let's this shit ton of traffic this way, man. Let me see. It's all good. It says a Moab. All right, the Chinese, they definitely hate you niggas, man. Okay, the Hagarians, the Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines and the inhabitants of Tyre, Assyria also was joined with them. They have helping the children of Lot, Selah. All right, so these heathens are joined hand in hand together to further oppress us, man. You can go to the gas station, ask these Ishmaelites. All right, which you know, some of them be Israelite foreigners, you know, but they know that we are the children of Isaac, and they are the children of Ishmael. You know, these heathens actually know this, man, and they hide it from you. You know, but they exploit you. They exploit our people, man. All right, putting the junk in their neighborhoods. Our people don't own anything at all, man, and that shows you how we're the children of the Most High. All right, because the curses are hidden our people, man. All right, this Job 9:24. The earth is given to the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, and once again, Esau Edom is governing and judging this world. All right, so like Esau Edom is governing this world. All right, the scripture says as the ruler so are the people, and that's why this earth is in such a demonic vibration. All right, a wicked vibration, man, because Esau is in power. Okay, because he's in power, man. It says he covereth the face of the judges thereof, the Israelites. All right, look at the iconoclasm. All right, repainting our images of Israelite monarchs. Okay, chopping the nose off, chopping the lips off to hide the apparent features that the Israelites have. Okay. This Isaiah 10:1, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness, which they have this prescribed. All right, the wicked laws of Esau Edom. You know, hey, one of that brothers talk about all the time. Title 4D. You know, completely folly, man. You know. It says, verse 2, to turn aside from the needy. So like, turn aside the needy from judgment and take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. Hey, so Esau ain't for your benefit, man. All right, Esau will continue to rob your ass, man. And that's what he's doing. He's completely making it. His whole MO is to make it a hard time for our people, man, to continue to oppress us. You know, and that's how you know this isn't our rest, man. You know, hey, Jake is through in America, man. This place has been, you know, I remember I went to this event. You know, it was they told everyone to stand up to for the national anthem. You know, I was looking at the flag, man. You know, it just in my spirit, I was vexed. You know, I was just like, hey, this fucking country has been nothing but bloodshed and sorrow for our people, man. All right, we understand it's our judgment. All right, but Esau Edom is also going to get his he's also going to get judged for that, man. You know, hey, this ain't our rest, man. That's why it says that in Micah. All right, Micah 2:10. So anybody who wants to stay here, man, hey, you're gonna get destroyed and taken down right along with this devil, man. All right, so he's winning right now, but he's gonna be taken down. All right, 1 second. This whole chapter is good, but I'm let me double check something real quick. That's cool. I'll start at 1. In Psalms 37:1, it says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers," all right? "Neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity," all right? Because they're prospering right now. Our people look at them. The people who are successful right now are people that's wicked as fuck, all right? Because that's Esau was wicked as fuck. So he's going to exalt that. Anybody who's down, any of our people who's down with them, they're going to live a bit better than their fellow Israelites. Okay, verse 2, "For they shall soon be cut down like the grass, and wither as the green herb." All right, hey, there's a judgment for these niggas, for the wicked ass shit that they then promoted, man. All right, for bowing the knee to Esau. There's judgment for that, man. The Most High will not at all acquit the wicked. Okay, so let's read verse 4. It says, verse 3, "Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart." Okay, it says, let me skip down. This is I'll skip down to verse 7. It says, matter of fact, I'll read down. It's cool. Verse 5, "Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord, and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself, because of him who prospereth in his way." And who's prospering right now? Esau, Edom. All right, and the 2/3 who bow down to him. All right, in his system. Okay, those who go along with him to promote his wickedness, man. Okay, it says, this one better speed up. It says, "Because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass, cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in any wise to do evil, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait on the Lord shall inherit the earth." All right, so the righteous is going to inherit the earth. All right. All right, the scripture says in Job, the 20:5. Let me grab it real quick. Emergency. Job 20:5, "that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment." All right, it says in Job 14, the Most High set bound that he cannot pass. So Esau has a time limit, and so does these niggas who have bowed down to him. So hey, there's a what do you call that? A time limit for these niggas and their prosperity, because it's all gonna come crashing down very soon. So verse 10, "For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be, yet, and thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be." Verse 11, "But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace." All right, verse 12, "The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth." And that's Esau's MO, man. So Lord, when that was edifying, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shemel Shai, Ba'ashem Kakwadash, that won us to the apostles and elders, great millstone. Peace and blessings to all full elect. Lord, will let me be a part of that number. Shalom, Kwame Sharala, Wa Bottle Ball.